So now we come to Yogi Ram's way of approach. Then as soon as he came here, because nothing was here available, no kitchen was there, no place was there. He said, Father wants the workers, apart from their wages, to go on breakfast and coffee in the morning, lunch in the afternoon, and evening some snacks and tea. That you shall not include in wages. That's how the foundation of the ashram is based on Annadana. That's the foundation. Then, once Yogi Ram comes in the morning and goes in the evening, the first building, which is called Dhyana Mandir, that was built, and Swami started giving darshan in that place. The place was not quite sufficient. A lot of people will be waiting. One set of people will go in, then we will send the next set of people. Then he will bless all of them. And the beauty in which he used to bless is, in between there will be space. He'll get up. There's a rope that was hanging around his head. Because the earlier trustee and others would not give any of the requirements for building a ashram, construction material, the crowbar, everything they took away, spade. So Yogi wanted a tape to measure, so he asked a rope to be brought. With that rope, measurement was made. Until the construction was over, he wore on his neck every day. He made the...
So that picture behind.
Yeah, yes.
The
rope.
first time he put the crowbar, took the sand, then gave the crowbar to me, and then started telling, just Arunachalam has started this work, just Arunachalam has started this work. Then Mother Devaki, Mother Vijayalakshmi, everybody was present. They asked to dig that. And then Swami did not want the work to stop. Whenever evening, when I am here, when we have to distribute snacks to them, he will carry the plate and ask me to distribute. Otherwise, I'll have to carry the plate and he will distribute. That sort of blessing to the workmen who are engaged was something very unusual of even a sage or a saint. Then the more important things are, when the ashram was being built, the Pradhan Mandir was being built, somebody will fall from a height and Yogi looks at him like that. He'll comfortably come and sit down. There will be no injury. Once a man fell, he had injury, but should have been a death, but he was saved. Then you must know there is a picture that is kept around in the Pradhan Mandir while you come on a projection, where a light is also burning all the time. That time, this angles had to be shifted up. They brought a crane. The crane couldn't lift it up. They went and told Bhavan, the crane won't take it up, what are we to do? He said, this beggar will come. He came and sat there and said, have you got a photograph of this beggar? Come and keep it here. Light it. This light must be burning all the 24 hours hereafter. Then he said, no crane is necessary. Now you people lift it. They lifted it and they went up. And that's how that area came. At that time, one man fell down. Should have been very badly injured. Swami seeing him, somebody was able to hold him like that. And nobody for such bigger construction, anything serious, some minor hurt will be there. No serious injury happened to anybody. It was so cordial and Swami was so cordial. Then little by little, when the Swagat Mandap became ready, he started giving darshan to devotees. There's a bigger hall. But after some time he felt that the granite stones there was very cold and he was not able to keep his feet comfortably. So he said, we'll have darshan in some other place. At that time only this dining hall was built and he started giving darshan here. The way in which he used to walk, first when he gets down from the car, you will see a very old man, very difficult to get down, holding the hand of somebody and getting in. Then when he goes and sits on the platform, we'll see a man about 70 years or something like 65, 70 years, So, then when he starts walking around and blessing, he will be a young Major General of about 40 years. The change will be so obvious. Run around like that, wave the fan. If somebody thinks, I want to have a path darsana inside, we don't know. He will just go and stand there and lift his, without knowing. That's why I said he knows inside you, outside you and all that. And that blessing was something extraordinary that people always felt. If Swami comes and do that, sometimes he'll have a cigarette and go on like this also. Sometimes coconut shell. Then he'll go and sit. Then all the time he wanted Nama to be chanted. Any group, every group, Nama should be chanted. That was the program. The first program in the morning later, when the hut was constructed, was he will call only some people. Only those people who call can go into the hut. Everybody cannot go. First he will, there's a very beautiful thing. When he gets down from the car, every day 3 cats will be standing there as a sentry. As soon as he gets down, they will go in front of him, get into the hut. Then Swami most often used to call me, catch my hand and get on from the car and go inside and make me sit by his side. Then he will say, Devaki, give some idlis to the cats. Then only we will start our program. Program is, somebody will get some flowers, the red color flowers, and he will ask them to hand over to every devotee present there. Mostly there will be more flowers, there will be no difficulty. Swami will keep 1 or 2 flowers with him and ask somebody to come and take extra flowers there, he will give it. Sometimes it happens that more people will be there, lesser flowers will come.
Yeah.
And then Swami would say, this beggar will distribute himself. He will distribute everybody and still have some more flowers left with him. That he would say it's all Father's Leela. So anything can happen with a Mahatma who doesn't want publicity. When I say publicity, I must tell you, when I retired in 1996, I asked him, Swami, people are asking so many questions about you. We are not able to answer. Can you tell me the people who are acquainted in Nardara and Bihar, so that I can go and meet those people, have reminiscences and write a book on that. He said, Lilo sent a French friend to write a biography of this beggar. Do you know what this beggar told him? This beggar has no biography. Write about Kanchi Acharya Satya Sai Baba. Then I thought the same answer was going to affect me also. Then he said, but that reply this beggar is not giving to just Arunachalam. Sometime you'll be able to write about this beggar. That time you write. That's why some books have come. So he was something like hiding himself. Didn't want to show out his powers, but power was coming out of him automatically, even though he didn't want it. That was the power. One instance where a vegetable seller brings this palak, she used to sell. She used to come every day to Sanadi street, keep the basket there and look at him, and then go away. She will not ask for darshan or anything. One day Swami asked her, why are you coming daily and seeing this beggar and going? Why are you coming and disturbing this beggar? That's what he asked. Then he said, I am not disturbing you. I want your eyes to see me. I get blessed. That's why I am coming. I am not disturbing you. Then she left. That's how people had so much of confidence. If you come to Yogi, they think the work is done. And it was sure that work was done. I can go on giving instances, but that cannot be covered in a short space. Then after this ashram was built, crowd became increasing day by day. And then Swami was originally giving darshan here. Then there was, space was insufficient. Then little by little, we shifted to Pradhan Mandir. When the flooring was only mud, we used to have carpets and all that. He would sit, he will sit in a chair. And then he will give darshan. He made the entrance to the Pradhan Mandir this way, which is not normally usual. When you enter a sanctum, you come only from the front side. But we never knew why Yogi had it this way. The car will go in up to that because it's only mud road. He will get down and sit in his chair, then call the devotees whomsoever he wanted to call, then bless them, again walk around. That was his usual procedure. Then, I may not be able to reveal all details for certain reasons. Then Swami somehow or other thought he has to give darshan outside the Pradhan Mandir. Now where you have the yogis temple, small temple, he used to sit there, and then he has no question of any status for anybody. Your peon or your servant is also yourself, because he doesn't care about the body. He was only Brahma himself. So they will hesitate, but we'll ask them to sit. And even if some people don't believe in him, he will say, "What is your name?" Then he will immediately ask, "Do you come from this village? Your father's name is this?" He'll start questioning them. They'll all be wondering. One special instance I must mention to you. A group of foreigners were brought by a friend whom Swami told me, this friend once in 3 years collects some foreign devotees and gets them to this beggar. So he is this beggar's friend, and they had come with a number of people. Asked them about to sit. In those times, when he called me from my work, every day he will make me sit by his side and then only give darshan. Then he will tell me something about darshan and take about himself. But he said, don't take any notes. Last 6 months he allowed me to keep it in mind, go and write down in the notebook. So many things happened, all that I don't know. So that group, they came and asked him, we are coming from the ashram of one Baba, some Baba, I don't know, forget his name. I will say, I'll give the name later. Some Baba Ashram. We had his darshan. What do you think of him? This beggar doesn't think of anything or anybody. Then they said, we want to ask you, what do you think about him? We really want to know, because you are coming, he has blessed us. You are all devotees. You come to this beggar, he is also one such a devotee. That's what he said. Then when they wanted to leave the place, they asked, we want a message to be given to that person, that Baba. The beggar is not good in giving messages. Anyhow, Swami, we like you to bless. And all of them put their hands like this. They are blessing Swami. And then he said, you tell him not to forget God and always remember God. These are 2 words he said. And Baba's name I'll give you a little later, I forgot it now. Then he told me, this friend came to this beggar once and sought his blessings. Later I showed you once, he's going with so many ladies inside. He doesn't even look at this beggar. But he has got an ashram where he has put a statue of this beggar and says he's my guru. That's what Yogi said. There are so many people who are commercializing on Yogi. Yogi is here, Yogi is there. I got the powers. We have got only one power, that is the electric power. No other power. Then they used to do that. And after that, when he started giving darshan pradhan, it was only outside and not inside. In 1998, he asked me to do all job and come and do the work for father. At the time I was a very rising lawyer, very popular in Delhi, but people called me mad after I'm leaving. I said, I'd return about few lakhs also, what I've already taken. Okay, when they called me mad, I said, like that madness. I came here in 1998 and stayed with him almost all the time. My family always had a worry that they had no father and no husband. I was always committed to Swami, nothing else. If I say to Swami that I want to go to Madras for about a week, what work we have got for 1 week? I had to meet my wife and children, they had to help me to get the money from the bank and spend with them. That's not your family, it's father's family. Don't make this beggar an orphan for more than 4 days. I'll be getting shocked. He should not orphan us. But he says like this. That I'm telling you because of so much of love. Leave alone the grace, the personal affection and love he had for me. Was so much that I cannot think of anything else. Every time love, love. And he told me, don't worry about spirituality as far as you are concerned. Doing Father's work with love is spirituality. Don't worry if you are not able to chant any nama. That's not necessary. You have crossed that stage. Do service with love. If love doesn't work, then take the stick. That's what he said. But love is working. But there are, as in any place, groupism starts. But doesn't matter. But Yogi has no proof. Yogi has only one, and I have got blinders. And I see only at Yogi and nobody else. Doesn't matter. Then after this ashram movement, he made all the constructions. When I came here, he asked me to consider Siddhi Sthalam and also the meditation hall. I told him, Swami, I don't have any experience about construction. If Father will be with you, you have to do that. Then I carried on the construction. He'll give a time limit. Within 32 days, you have to finish it. Every day, even 29th day, 30th day, will ask, will it be over? I tell him, Swami, it will definitely over. After it's over on 30th day, he will not open his mouth and ask whether it's finished or not. Then later, a few days later, have you finished it? Have you locked it? I have finished it but not locked it. Why? Because you have not set your foot in this place. Now we will go, we will come. Then he will say, you have got this so near, beggar need not have to walk much, he can walk through this gate. So even there he showed affection. Then the most important thing, apart from blessing and all that, then he said, you have got to select sadhus, good sadhus. Because Kumaran gave 10 lakhs. He said, out of the interest, how many sadhus you can feed? I said, 45 sadhus I can feed. Select 45 sadhus. Swami, anybody wearing a achar robe, I think is a sadhu. Father has given you special power. Select them. I selected. I thought I selected. Then they came first day when the ladies are serving, he said, the sadhu said, no lady should serve us, only gentlemen should serve us. So Swami asked Swami, he said, all right, sir, gentlemen. It happened a few days later, one sadhu was coming with a big turban. It was very prominent in Tiruvannamalai, it seems. He asked me, the man is sitting there with another turban there. This man was not having a turban, the other man was having a turban. Ask him to remove the turban, otherwise it's not giving respect to the other sadhus. I told him, I can't do that. He is my guest, you are also your guest and you are all guests of Yogi Ramsuratkumar. You settle all your things outside, then come tomorrow. Whatever way you just settle, we'll agree. We want sadhus only. Then in the afternoon I told Yogi Ramsuratkumar what happened. What is your opinion about these sadhus? Who is better of the two? I told him it's very difficult for me to say. But this sadhu has a turban. As soon as food is served, he keeps a little in the corner of the leaf, intending for birds and crows and insects. Nobody else does it. So I like to prefer that sadhu. I gave him the reason. All right. What color turban is wearing? Green color turban. Tomorrow you receive him. If all the others don't want to come, we will feed only one sadhu. That's quite all right. Then he said, if turban people cannot have food, where will this beggar go for food? He said that also. Then a few days later, how the divinity in him works. I went out. Normally I don't go out. Sometimes some few yards away, I saw 3 sadhus usually come here, sitting one smoking, drinking and all that. I felt so bad, I made a wrong selection. And then I wanted to go and tap the door of Sudama. Then I thought, probably if I disturb him, he'll be angry. And but it was about 8 o'clock or so. So I waited patiently, without sleeping the whole night. 7 o'clock next day morning at the breakfast, I told him, Swami, I done a great mistake in selecting you. No, you have not done any mistake. Father has selected you. What is the problem? What is the problem? Your selection is perfect. Let it go on like that. I got very much more offended. These people are smoking and drinking and then with women. How can they be sadhus? Just remember that 3 days later, the 3 sadhus automatically stopped from coming to the ashram. They are not anymore in the... He made it work. He can make anything work like that. And that's how he removed those sadhus who are not useful to participate. Then next thing was interested was, education is very important. For education, what shall we do? We don't have a school. I told him, shall we, Swami, give some, educate about 10th standard, 12th standard, 3 or 4 boys and 3 or 4 girls, ask them to bear the expenses. He said, it's a good idea, but this beggar wants only in VDJ school. The beggar has gone there. Immediately called the headmaster. He said, all you select, we don't want to select. From the economically poorer section, select people, their uniforms, fees, books, everything else required will be bound by the ashram. You come and take cash from Arunachalam. So that's how he started the education. That's why after he left his body, I wanted small schools to be started. We are up to 5th standard. We can't make it bigger because we want a lot of space. Mm-hmm. That is not possible. Then one more important thing about now we know about blessing and so many people are blessed. So many people are being cured. Cancer has been cured. Heart ailments have been cured. It's all because he's called, normally we have got Brahmacharyam, Grahastham, Sannyasam and Grahastham, Brahma Sannyasam and something I don't know now. But over and above this, that's called some Ati Ashram. Ati Ashram is something, there are no rules or regulations, no sastra need to be obeyed. Nothing else requires obedience. They can act as they like. So there's something like Sadasiva Brahmendra of the olden days. He was one like that. So he need not have to take a bath. He need not have to do anything. He can just sit, he can just walk or do anything. That sort of Mahatmas are very rare. And those are the people who get their realization internally and not externally. Mm-hmm. That's what Kanchi Paramacharya said. He internally is attained that rarest of rare cases. One of the greatest Mahatmas. Something like that. He told me, I asked him, who are like you, Swami? He said, Swami Nindya Ananda of Ganeshpuri. He's one like this. You have seen him? I have not seen him. Then I asked him, without saying, how do you say that? We need to have to see each other. We have an agreement that he will take care of this beggar's work outside India and this beggar will take care of his work inside India. We have got an agreement. So the saints need not have to talk with each other. Mm-hmm. Their jnana is quite sufficient to talk. Then the ashram developed, he wanted sadhu bhojan. Then he wanted all devotees to be fed. This ashram must be an Annadana ashram. Nama Sankirtan must be there. Everybody must have food here. He opened the kitchen. First day he came and sat with us, some of us, and had his food here. Then he opened the taps and all that. After that, Pradhan's grace was stopped close for darshan and then he gave darshan.
Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi